All right, who did this? I'm not mad. I just want to know who did it so I can punish them.
Why on earth would you need to haul a piano?
Yeah, all the kooks move out for the winter.
And the security at Lowe's didn't even see him.
Hi, welcome to Comedy Parenting Radio, the only show that can safely guide you through dirigible black holes.
Dirigible black holes? No.
It's a bunch of dirigibles in the shape of a black hole, and we can get you through there.
Or is it a black hole full of dirigibles?
The original dirigible formation that looked like black holes got sucked into an actual black hole.
I see. So it's a black hole within a black hole.
Not anymore. Those dirigibles are about 1,000 miles long, and those are just the rivets.
What?
Tonight, we're going to be talking about Haulin Stuff.
Haulin Stuff? I love Holland.
I've always wondered, how in the world do they make wooden shoes?
No.
Exactly.
Hold on. We're not talking about tulips and all that. Not Holland stuff.
Not? Yeah, I think you said Holland.
Haulin Stuff.
Oh,
Like-
it's Holland,
yeah,
not Holland.
Yeah.
Hauling.
Haulin apostrophe.
All right.
I feel like Holland stuff sounds like you're going to go rob a bank or an art gallery.
Could be. We'll be right back.
Speak up, because you can. Your mind is a powerful tool, and so is your freedom of speech. So use it. It's what separates you from being a number to being an individual. Thoughts, beliefs, opinions, creativity. It's what makes you, you. Stand proud and say it loud. Know your rights. Know your freedom to speak. This message is brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters, Education Foundation, and the Broadcast Education Association.
Captain, we've hit a reef and we're sinking.
Not now. I'm listening to Comedy Parenting Radio.
Eastbound and down, load it up and truck it. Are we gonna do what they say can't be done? We've got a long way to go and a short time to get there. I'm eastbound, just watch old bandit run.
The reason we're talking about Haulin Stuff is because we are living in a ski area related part of Colorado, and this time of year people either move into a ski area or move out of a ski area.
And as you can imagine, there's a lot of hauling going on.
Just today alone, I think I heard 3 different sets of people talking about moving out of this area. They'll be hauling stuff to Florida.
Florida.
Watch out, Florida. Here they come.
Look out, Florida. We're sending all the wackos down your way.
Yeah, we're sending the kooks.
Yeah. All the kooks move out for the winter.
And then we get all the respectable fine.
Yeah, and then the void created by them is nice, reasonable people come into the area.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Like ski bums. So, Haulin Stuff. When I first came to Colorado, I had a Volkswagen Beetle in 1972. I had a roof rack that I jerry-rigged because it really didn't fit my Beetle. But I made it fit, bought the thing for $25 in Elkhart, Indiana, and packed all my worldly goods on top of that Volkswagen Beetle and drove to Colorado.
Wow. Was it the Volkswagen Beetle itself that cost $25? I'm sure you got great gas mileage, though.
Actually, with 45-mile-an-hour headwinds through Nebraska, I was going about 20 miles an hour. I got terrible gas mileage.
I'm sure you were like a gigantic wind sail.
3 mile. Sometimes I was going backwards. I would stop at a roadside rest, and when I took off again, I realized I was 50 miles back further than before.
You were 50 miles further east than you had started out.
How's the sound man doing over there for you, Elijah?
All right.
Okay. We now have a microphone that fits his mouth. So, since I moved to Colorado, Haulin Stuff has gotten a lot more complicated.
Yes, indeed.
Now I have, a Jeep Cherokee that doesn't run. I have another Jeep that doesn't run. And a 15-passenger van that just barely runs.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a daughter with a pickup truck, and she's good for hauling stuff.
Yep.
Actually, though, we use the van for hauling stuff, too, don't we?
We use the van for hauling a lot of things.
Last night, we took most of the seats out and filled it up with wood.
Mm-hmm.
So you come down out of the mountains with a van full of wood.
I'd like to point out it was not just wood, it was also black widow spiders.
Oh, good point. We're relocating them for the Division of Wildlife.
Yep. Don't worry, we definitely aren't going to create
We will not be creating an ergonomic catastrophe with those black widow spiders, trust me.
Don't worry, we won't make a word again.
Environomic.
Never mind.
We're not going to do an environomic catastrophe, are we?
We aren't even going to do an inventomonic.
Hauling stuff is not always easy.
No, it's not.
For example, one time I inherited a lot of furniture from back east and bought an open-air trailer to haul stuff out with tarps over it, blah, 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 duct tape, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, that was a big problem.
Well, not only were we
altitude
struggling
sickness.
to get out here with a Suburban full of kids, wife, and then a trailer full of furniture, somewhere in Nebraska, we went past a bunch of cows, and at which point, one of the kids in the car said, "Dad, I'm feeling sick," right?
I remember this.
And so I said, "Puke out the window until I can pull over on the side of the road." So the kid stuck their head out the window to puke while we were trying to slow down. And as they stuck the head out the window, my hat that they were wearing blew off of their head. So I finally was able to stop this whole shebang about a half mile down the road. And then they said, "Your hat blew off back there." So I'm backing the Suburban with a trailer load of, oh my word, priceless antique stuff I inherited.
Priceless heirlooms.
Yeah, heirlooms. On the interstate, trucks are going by.
That's why you have to have an open-air trailer, is because they're heirlooms.
The comedy police are knocking on the door now.
Hold on. I was supposed to do so. Hold on. Heirloom,
It's a good thing I didn't inherit a bunch of fruit,
Why's that?
because then it'd be Fruit of the Looms.
This derailed real fast.
Continue with your awesome story.
Yeah, so the awesome story continues where I'm backing this trailer up. The cars and trucks are going by, 80 miles an hour, vroom, 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 rocking us. And I finally stop the car to go back and get the hat. I can't even remember what was going on with the puke, but the hat, right?
Right.
I'm just thinking to myself, how much worse can it possibly get? Puke on the side of the car, priceless heirlooms about to be hit by Winnebagos or whatever, and my hat blew away. And as I got out of the car, I looked, and I had parked on a dead animal.
That was just not your day, huh?
No, hauling stuff can be difficult. Comedy Parenting Radio. We'll be right back.
Goodbye and don't you cry, I'm going to Louisiana. Way, haul away, we'll haul away Joe, to buy a dog and a muddy old hog and marry Susiana. Way, haul away, we'll haul away Joe.
Howdy, all of you kings, lords, and pheasants. Are you being raided by Picts on Thursdays and Huns on Saturday nights?
If so, boy, have we got the solution for you.
Introducing
Castle in a Box. A complete castle fortress complex in a box.
that you and your lady can set up in an afternoon.
It comes with simple directions.
It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
1,
You mow a big green square out on your lawn.
2,
You cut the box open with a sharp knife.
3,
You match up the colored tabs to the colored slits.
and 4.
You affix them together using the included Scottish tape. Here's a testimonial from one of our satisfied customers.
I ordered the castle in the box and set it up in one easy afternoon. I was able to keep the Viking ballet troupe at bay for 2 months until they got rapes in their tights and had to leave.
So order your box of Castle in a Box today.
Castle in a box. Never accept substitutes.
Castle in a Box is not intended for usage in any areas with precipitation. Castle in a Box is not effective against Rat King and Sword. Castle in a Box may actually attract rodents. Do not attempt to barbecue in your backyard while using Castle in a Box. Colorblind people should not order Castle in a Box unless recommended by their doctor. Side effects may include dizziness, nausea, and not being invited to real castles. Attempting to fight fire-breathing dragons while in Castle in a Box may void warranty.
Comedy.
Parenting.
Radio.
Making a living the old hard way, taking and giving my day by day. I did snow and rain and bright sunshine. Taking the line.
You have hauled a fair bit of things in your life, haven't you?
But not very well.
No, never.
No. I was moving in Aspen from one place to another, which always happens this time of year.
Of course.
And what else happens this time of year?
The skiers fall from the sky?
Skiers don't fall from the sky.
Yeah, they do. You've obviously never been to the terrain park.
You know how to describe people coming out there, like they say they're coming out of the woodwork, okay? They're coming out of the clouds because they're literally so high up.
The comedy police are gonna bust down the door.
I'm sorry, I've had about 3 hours of sleep today.
What about last night? So this time of year, we were moving from one place to another in Aspen, like from one side of town to the other. A couple miles. In the snow. 6 inches of fresh snow.
Ooh.
I had a Volkswagen Beetle and a Jeep. No way to haul the piano.
Why on earth would you need to haul a piano?
Because I had a piano. My wife had a piano. It's one of those priceless heirlooms you inherit. So, that was another story. If I back up, the piano coming into town, a guy, like 1 block from our house, a guy ran a red light in front of me, and I had to skid the truck sideways with the piano in the back. But that was my dad's truck. Don't worry about that. That's another story, another time. So this piano has to go to another place, 6 inches of snow, and we get a trailer from a really good friend named Jim. This is the Jim number 3 that you don't even know about yet.
Jarman Owens, Jim Bagley.
This is number 3. Who you said number 1, but actually he's number 3. Anyway, Jim gave us this trailer to use, and this trailer was, I think, maybe salvaged from the dump. I don't know. It's like the sides rattled, and the tires were completely and utterly bald with the cords showing. My friend Terry said that they had genuine Maypop tires on them. So we threw this piano on here in 6 inches of snow, went from one house to another house, hoping that the tires didn't pop on a snowy day in Aspen, downtown.
Downtown. Ugh. If you've ever been in Aspen, folks, you know that downtown traffic is always heavy.
Sled dogs, snowmobiles, whatever. You guys ever had any fun times hauling things?
Oh, I've had plenty of fun times hauling things.
Such as?
Well, I have a very extensive relationship with concrete. I have hauled all sorts of concrete. From dry concrete to wet concrete to...
And the security at Lowe's didn't even see him.
I have carried bags of concrete from a shed to the middle of a pasture. I have carried other bags of concrete that had gotten wet and were now just rock solid. I had carried those from underneath a porch all the way up a long path to a trailer. I've carried concrete in buckets from a concrete mixing machine to sauna tubes.
At night, in the dark.
Exactly.
No lights.
With Bronco's muscle milk.
It was in black and white, and sad violin music was playing all the time.
It was quite literally in black and white. You couldn't see it.
I have hauled a lot of concrete.
You ever hauled anything, Elijah?
My brother to bed.
Every night. He falls asleep on the couch. Then when you go to bed, I say, hey, would you take your brother upstairs?
It's like fighting a bobcat that just killed a deer.
No, it's like fighting a wet bag of concrete that thinks it's a bobcat.
It's like fighting a 5-foot sack of concrete.
It's the third of the show.
Which never comes fast enough for the concrete mixer guy.
One time, our family was helping some neighbors that were having some difficulty. A lot of guys came, and we were baling hay for them. And we're taking the hay from the field up to the barn. Mm-hmm. My dad was driving the tractor. Yes. My friend Mark Drudge and I were sitting on top of this giant load of hay. My dad went over a dip at the edge of the field, and the entire load of hay tipped over, and Mark and I were sitting on top of it.
Oh, no.
So we took a really nice fly through the air, landing on hay. All of the men that were helping thought that maybe we were killed or hurt or something. We're like, no, that was fun. Can we do it again?
You could have been very easily crushed.
Yeah, but we had fun.
They would have had to haul you to the doctor.
Yeah, with hay in our ears. Mm-hmm. Okay, you've been listening to Comedy Parenting Radio, Haulin Stuff.
Yep.
It's not always easy, is it?
Nope, rarely ever is it.
But we persevere. Thanks for coming into the studio, gang.
You're welcome.
It was quite the haul up here.
Before you go,
Yeah.
do you think you can untangle these ratchet straps? We've got some stuff to haul right after the show. Bye-bye.
Unlock the door and make me free.